My name is CRYPTIC and you're watching Metal Load! I want the living dead!
Hello everyone, I'm CRYPTIC and I'm here with Diabolos. Now before I get into introducing you guys, I know that you guys have two new band members, and that's these two guys. Introduce yourselves and tell us what instruments you guys play.
I'm Deranged and Human, and I'm Gore Guitar and Fetus Eater.
And I'm Demon SK, play the bass.
Okay, now introduce you guys.
I'm Undead Torment, Unholy Puke, and Cannibalistic Guitar Horror.
And I'm Christus, and I play the possessed drums.
Nice. Now, Diabolos plays a genre of black metal that I have never heard before. It's called, you guys call it horror black metal. Could you tell us a little bit of how that differs from traditional black metal and how it is the same?
Well, it started off as like a mix between black metal with thrash and punk and death metal. And I mean, all our songs are all about horror films and, you know, inspired by horror films. So we just kind of thought, like, you know, just put the word horror in there, you know, just like, you know, I'm really influenced by like the Misfits. You know, their style is horror punk, so I really think that, you know, there's so many bands like Gore Grind, and there's you know, they're all, you know, doing the horror thing, but there was no bands in black metal doing the horror thing, and, you know, we wanted to try to do, you know, that kind of you know, genre, call it that, you know, no one else was calling it that, so that's where it came from.
Oh, nice. So you gather your inspiration to write about what you write about from horror flicks or whatever grotesque thing you could find?
Well, yeah, pretty much, you know, horror is pretty much like reality also, you know, it's based on reality somewhat. There's fantasy in there, but you know, like the slasher stuff and, like, you know, serial killers and stuff, you know, that's all reality also. But horror films, you know, it's something, you know, I grew up as a kid just obsessed with horror and, you know, fascination to the dark side and of life, of everything, you know, so horror films always been my release from reality, you know, just to watch a film, you know, and just escape into a dark side, you know, a dark world and stuff.
Now, the band started in 2005. Have you guys always been horror black metal, or was the horror later added on?
It was always horror. Like the lyrics were always about horror. Like the EP, the concept for the EP, The Three Mothers, was a tribute to Dario Argento, his trilogy of films, you know, which were Suspiria, Inferno, and also The Mother of Tears, which wasn't released at the time yet. It was actually in production. And so we heard that the third film was going to be made, and we just said, you know, why don't we do an EP dedicated to this great director, who's a master of horror, Dario Argento. So we just did that as a concept EP, you know, as a, you know, tribute to one of my favorite directors.
Yeah. Now that we have your guys' backstory, let's get into a little bit into the album that you guys are going to be recording and releasing. It's called Cannibal Darkness. Could you kind of describe how it differs from, or how more extreme it is, or you know, how better it is from your EP, The Three Mothers?
Well, first of all, the title Cannibal Darkness was pretty much inspired by, like, you know, obviously the Italian cannibal films, like, you know, Cannibal Holocaust and Cannibal Ferox, you know, so on and so on. And pretty much at the time, I was in a car accident, and I was really high on Vicodin, and I got really obsessed with cannibalism and the whole concept of what it would, eating human flesh.
Right.
And so what I call Cannibal Darkness is pretty much my period of time that I was going through at the time when I was recovering from a car accident and being high on Vicodin and having delusions of wanting to eat human flesh.
Holy shit.
And it was pretty serious. I really, was obsessed, wanted to know why I had this urge, and I read a lot of books about cannibalism and like all the cultures that practiced it and all this stuff. It was more than just a movie for me. I really wanted to do all, I never did. I wouldn't, at least I wouldn't admit to it because I don't want to go to jail. But I guess I practice cannibalism every time I eat a girl out, I guess. But violent sound.
So it is more extreme than your previous EP, The Three Mothers.
Yeah,
No, definitely.
we try to Three Mothers. We try to start off as different, as every band tries to start off, wanting to do something different from everybody else, and we're gonna mix this and mix that. But as time went by and as we started writing songs, we just eventually realized that we're black metal. Everything we write, it's just that we're not even trying to force the sound. It's just what we write comes out, and it just sounds more black metal than we thought we would have, when we started.
So the atmosphere of this album is just pure freaking horror, a whole mess of disgust and blackness, right?
We're always going to be about horror, forever. It's always going to be based on horror. And we pretty much base all our, songs on old school horror, classic horror. There might be a time where one might slip in a new one if it really impresses us, but,
It's foul enough.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Now, there was an exception with Mother of Tears, but it's Dario Argento, so it's
About
a classic.
witches, the occult, and Three Witches, and it's a trilogy, so it's pretty much all about evil, just all evil.
Now, if you could choose a song from this new album, the Cannibal Darkness, which is the name of the album, which song would you choose to be like the most disgusting, or the one that you guys dig the most, or that other people could dig the most?
No, that's kind of hard because like every song's pretty much written like they're all catchy. They're all like, I mean, we've worked on this album for the past 5 years, I guess.
In my opinion, I think there's maybe two that I could say would be The Day of the Beast and maybe Cannibal Darkness, a self-titled song, would be the two.
They're more like the atmospheric sounding songs.
Yeah,
There's still thrash songs in there, but like, well, not completely thrash, but there's thrash parts in them. But the ones that are more atmospheric, I think, will stand out more. I think, like we have another song called Aftermath, which is about a mortician fucking a corpse, and that's a nice family song.
Now, when can we expect for the album to be released? Is there a set date, or are we?
Well, we're aiming for Halloween 2012. That's our goal, and we wanna record probably this summer and have it out there for everybody to consume. Like it's a blood feast. Everybody's gonna eat. All you can eat, and all you can eat. Just fucking. We're gonna serve the platter and see how much you could eat before you puke.
Nice. Now, I just saw them rehearse right now, and they sound pretty fucking tight. So check these guys out. Before we go, can you guys tell us where in the web we could find you?
Well, pretty much all the major ones like Facebook, Reverb Nation, and the old thing that everybody knows about, MySpace. But yeah, pretty much those main ones right now at the moment.
All right. Check these guys out. Diabolos. They're pretty fucking sick. Some dark shit, man. If you're into horror, if you're into black metal, these guys are the band to listen to. Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
Support horror, support black metal.
And
Or
die for
Die for Diabolos!